Hi, I'm Dorothy.
Hi, I'm Sina.
I'm DJ.
Today we're going to be reading some questions that we have here on our cards and discussing it as a team.
Tell us a little bit about how you found yourself in the interior design world.
I came from an art and physics background, which is weird. And then I ended up in architecture in grad school and then ended up in New York City where I currently live. That's where I ended up starting working at Forum.
Yeah, I started my design career in fashion, doing menswear, apparel, and accessories. Kind of found myself increasingly interested in interiors, left my fashion career and started my own tiny little firm working out of Brooklyn. Did that until I kind of found my way to Forum.
Undergrad and graduate degrees in architecture. I ended up working for a custom cabinet and millwork company for about 5 years, and from there I found my way to Forum. So when would you both say that the design process is over?
Never.
Even when it's fully installed, I think it's ever evolving, especially doing things like kitchens or bathrooms. Once the clients have it, they get to decorate and really make it their own. So that's a hard question.
And certainly also, with trade clients, we are forging relationships with the trade professionals that are just outside a specific project. So that's going to be an evolution of a kind of broader design process. What do you do when you have a creative block?
And working at home, it's essential for me to get out of the house. So I just try to take a walk in the city until I can't walk anymore, and then I go home. I
have a lot of houseplants, and so I like to either water or trim or prune the plants. I like a good plant session.
I take a break. I play with my kids. I really enjoy crossword puzzles. Kind of removing myself, separating myself, and then kind of going back in with fresh eyes always helps.
Do you both like to use traditional media like sketching or drawing, etc., even though we're now in a digital age? Or how would you say you like to work?
Well, the architects at this table might kill me, but I love a good freehand micro pen sketch.
No, not at all.
I kind of almost was taught, don't use a ruler, get your ideas out.
I'm a little bit younger than these two. So I think the computer definitely is, a comfortable place for me to work. And, especially in architecture school, it's drilled into you that, the first place you should go is a pen and paper. So I'm always just drawing the space and then trying to figure out different iterations of what the space could be.
Space planning or zone planning, it's a lot easier to do that with sketching, and I like both. It really just depends on the situation.
Do you like what you do because you're good at it, or are you good at what you do because you're passionate about it?
Chicken or the egg.
Right?
Yeah. In the design world, I would say it's competitive. There's a lot of people that want to be doing this, so you have to work harder than 90%. And then the other 10% is going to be passion and talent. And Sina and I both went to the same school, and I think they teach you that there. That's like studio hours or 24/7, and it's probably where you went to school as well. And I think they drill that into you, because it's like if you want to do this as a career, you're going to have to work really hard.
Within the design world, there's so many ways in which you can find yourself in one job or the other, maybe because of circumstance or whatever, and maybe it's not what you thought you'd be doing, but you can still get really good at it and enjoy it a lot, even though if it's maybe not the original thing you thought you'd be doing.
And there's no such thing as being good at design. I think design is a team sport, and I can be good at one very specific thing, and you can be good at another thing, and you can be good at another thing, and then when we come together, that's when you are good at design, is when your team is good at design.
What is one of the happiest professional moments of your life?
I just like connecting with people. Even though it's hard over the internet, I think it's so nice when you actually make a real connection. And I'm a designer because I like to help people, and we're improving people's houses where they live. So I like to know that I'm doing that every day.
one of the happiest moments was probably one of the scariest, and it's when I left fashion. It was new and it was scary, but it was happy.
We built a house and it was for a competition, and it wasn't clear if we were going to complete it or if it was going to work. But when it did, it was just this, incredibly satisfying and happy and emotional moment to pull it off. So it was this moment of incredible teamwork and it all paid off in the end. So what do you guys say? You have any final thoughts about our trade program, or working with Form?
Yeah, I'd say we have, one of the things that makes us unique as a team is we come from these different backgrounds with different experiences that we bring to the table. It gives us a lot of insight and background to field the different projects that kind of come across our desks.
It's been fun for me to have kind of a blank slate. Since we are a startup, we're a small team, we can change and pivot quickly once we reach a consensus together, and I love that.
Situations, I really appreciate the service that we're able to offer our trade clients. It's something that's pretty unique in the industry, and I think where you're getting both a high quality product but also a really high level of service and attention that you just can't find at many other companies, if at all. Yeah.
Go team.
Go
Go
team.
team.